When Hasina's government fell, people immediately began destroying these symbols. Social media filled with videos of people using hammers to break sculptures while crowds cheered them on. The destruction happened quickly. Over 1,500 sculptures, murals, and memorials were destroyed in just 10 days. The destruction reached its peak when angry crowds burned down the historic Dhanmondi 32 house. In just over a week, Bangladesh had removed most visible reminders of Hasina's rule. For many revolutionaries, this felt justified. The July Revolution cost over 1,400 lives and thousands injured, with more than 400 students losing their eyesight. For survivors, every Bangabandhu mural reminded them of fallen friends and the system that oppressed them. They saw these monuments as symbols of authoritarianism, not independence. Breaking them meant breaking free from reminders of state brutality. But critics see it differently. Historical preservationists argue that destroying monuments erases Bangladesh's founding history. They argue Sheikh Mujibur Rahman's role in Bangladesh's independence shouldn't be mixed up with his daughter's dictatorship. Political moderates suggest the destruction was driven by mob mentality, not principled resistance. They say a democratic society would have found ways to add context to these monuments rather than destroy them. The biggest controversy came 6 months later, the demolition of Dhanmondi 32, where Sheikh Mujibur Rahman was assassinated in 1975. It had been a museum for 30 years. Supporters said the house had become a symbol of dynastic politics and authoritarian rule, which was in the end known for murder, theft, and plunder.
This is all that's left of Sheikh Hasina.
People sympathetic to Hasina and her father argue that destroying the house where Sheikh Mujib was assassinated erased the memory of Bangladesh's founding father and the tragic events that shaped the nation. The demolition happened after Hasina's online press conference from exile on February 5th, where her remarks angered protesters. The destruction was broadcast live, with Bangladeshis worldwide watching bulldozers tear down the house. Muhammad Yunus stated that the incident was unintended and unwanted, and blamed Sheikh Hasina's provocative statements for inciting the public outrage that led to the attack. Similar scenes happened when Stalin's statues fell in Eastern Europe and Saddam Hussein's monuments were toppled in Iraq. But Bangladesh's situation is far more complex. Unlike those universally hated leaders, Bangabandhu remains genuinely loved by many Bangladeshis as the father of independence. While Awami League is under a temporary suspension and majority of the party's leadership has fled abroad, it retains its political support base. Many of these Awami League supporters still consider Sheikh Mujib as the father of the nation. That brings us to the question whether demolition of Mujib's statues was necessary for healing a traumatized population, or was it just a dangerous eraser of history? Activists who brought these statues down maintain their opinion that these destructions represent the people's rightful rejection of Mujib's fascist personality cult that stifled Bangladesh's democracy for 15 years. For the pro-democracy activists, every fallen statue represents the destruction of one small pillar that supported the Sheikh family's fascism.